Of where you are on the ice and where the coverage is as he makes his way below the goal line, corrals the puck onto his stick and recognizes that the goaltender is out of position and just puts it in the back of the net.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of this Vancouver Canucks franchise in year number 1, and the Canucks sitting 25-7-6, just dominating early on here. We're excited to see how we can do in this franchise. I feel like if we can add another top 4 guy in this defensive lineup, it's going to be a huge help. Someone that can move the puck. As long as injuries don't affect us too much. There's another DeBrusque injury. I don't know how everyone feels about that signing. I feel like we probably could have avoided him, but we'll see how he turns out here with the Canucks. And hopefully he comes back healthy and better than ever. Ooh, Utah has fired their coach in their first season. No real leniency there from Utah. Lettermatty, another injury. Well, hopefully he stays healthy and he can grow into a player, because we definitely are going to need him next year. Save some cap space in the offense. Looking at the lineup there, fixing some injuries. Josh Bloom, he's probably going to be a third, fourth liner for us in 2 or 3 years. See how he grows. Scouting, alright, that's almost finished up there. I want to try and avoid trading a first round pick this year, unless I really have to, unless there's a player we can get of their cap space. I don't think we're going to get someone worth the first round pick. That's our only issue we're going to run into. Second or third round pick and a prospect with a positional player, I'm fine doing that deal. But looking here, Ivan Provorov, we got to offer another Elias Pettersson 2 second round picks and a fourth for Provorov and a third. And that's maybe just a little bit too high of what we want to pay. Provorov wouldn't be a bad addition, but maybe something to look at in the future. Maybe sign him as a free agent. Alright, Lettermatty. No, we're not going to trade him for Matthew Roy, however you want to pronounce it. Especially with that cap hit. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Lettermatty's going to be our next superstar. We can't really afford to let go of him since there's no one behind him. We don't have that prospect depth. If we had another 1 or 2 guys that were like him, then sure, no problem. Atu, a third line center next year. It's probably not going to be trade bait. Kolinovic, Jet Wu. These are the prospects I'd be willing to trade. Alright, as we say here, we're about just shy of a month away from the deadline. Canucks still looking pretty solid so far. Sitting first in the division, 11 points up on the Oilers. Not too shabby. Colorado's dominating their division. JT Miller, 52 points. Quinn Hughes, 67. McKinnon's already at 92 points, leading the whole entire league. Man, Quinn Hughes, he's on pace for a career year. I think he might be winning a Norris again for a second straight year. 67 assists. He's almost going to 57 assists, 67 points. Man, oh man. Good thing we don't have to worry about his contract for a bit. Sprawn, 29 points, not bad. Oglander, DeBrusque. DeBrusque only 22 points. Not great so far, but hey, maybe he can pick it up. Demko holding down the fort. Artur Silovs, he's only got 9 games. He's definitely not proven to be a decent backup just yet. Hopefully he can get some more games and we can see those stats improve. Will Borden, a rental for Elias Pettersson squared. Not going to happen. Josh Bloom, another injury there. It's okay. Don't have to worry about that too much. Tyler Myers, looks like he is all healed up. Man just reached 1,000 games in the NHL. Congrats to him. Seeing more and more players do it. With all this nutrition and everyone training so much. Didn't used to be so much of a common occurrence 20 years ago. So everyone was smoking, drinking Coke on the benches. Brock Besser, that's the thing. If he can stay healthy, he can be a 30 to 40 goal scorer guy for the Canucks. That is the issue, his health. All right, now up to the deadline here. Quinn Hughes, he's got 77 points. Miller, 58. Besser, 55. Pedersen, 53. He's only got 14 goals. That's a little bit surprising, especially for being the highest paid player on the team. We need him to step up. He's even been playing with JT Miller and Brock Besser a lot. But some of these injuries, he's had to go down to the second line, so I get why he's kind of shy a little bit, but still. Demko almost at 40 wins before the deadline. Silovsky only got one game. Oh man. Hopefully Demko is going to be not too worn out before the playoffs. But looking at the division, man, oh man, we got 19 points on the Oilers. Surprised we haven't clinched a playoff spot yet. Looking pretty solid there. Defensively, 153 goals against. No one in the division's even close. Thatcher Demko is just a beast. If he can stay healthy, he might turn into a Carey Price-like goalie for us. I would like to try and draft a goalie in this draft, just in case. We can't afford to re-sign him, but that is thinking too far ahead at the moment. Now, looking at the deadline here, John Moreno, he does have a no-trade clause, so he does not look like he does want to come to Vancouver. Cam York is an option on the vote as well. He is a young defenseman. Can move the puck. Looking at the trade options for him, not too big of a high of a price right now. Something that we might consider before the deadline. Young defenseman there to help out Tyler Myers. Susie can play third pair of minutes. Romanov, Daniel Sprawn. Okay. I think Romanov versus York might be the cheaper options. Bowen Byram, he would be awesome to have, but the price is Brock Besser, and I just don't think we're going to be able to make that work right now. That would be a realistic trade if we knew we couldn't sign Brock Besser to an extension. We're going to try before the deadline. If we can't, then we might think about making that deal. They have an offer for Cody Ceci. Maybe, but I'd rather have Romanov or York over Cody Ceci, being honest. All right. So I will sim this game here versus Minnesota. See how these Canucks do in sim games. The Wild coming into town. All right, 2-0 here to start things off. Not too shabby. We'll take it. DeBrusque, Suter getting some goals in. 3-0. Pedersen. Okay, can we finish strong here in the third? Danton, Heinen. I feel like he's going to be a solid fourth liner for us. He's got one more year after this year. I feel like we could probably sign him for under $3 million again. At least he's got that energy. He could play third, second line minutes if there's an injury as well. And that's going to be a 4-0 shutout win. Nice statement win there. Huge. All right, now the work is about to kick off here. Some deadline action. What we got to do before. See who can resign. And I feel like the Canucks have got this division title in the bag again, as long as there's not a major collapse at the end of this year. But I'm pretty confident we can hold down home ice advantage in the first round. Demko, another big game. All right, Brock Besser. Now is a moment of truth. If we can sign him to our extension, we won't make that trade for Bowen Byram. But if he's going to play hardball and he wants $10 million a year, then I'm just going to have to say, it was nice knowing you. It'll be forever, Canuck, but we got to make this trade. As Bowen Byram, he'll be an RFA. Let's see what he wants. He wants 6 years. All right, we can live with that until he's 34. All right. And he just wants over $9 million. I feel like we can get him probably around 8.5, I want to say. I feel like that would be a fair offer for Brock Besser. All right. Okay, so he wants to have some clauses if he wants to make that. He's definitely loving the organization there. He's almost at a full bar, so we probably could give him a little bit cheaper. The no trade clause is going to be tough, but as long as he doesn't decline hugely, I don't think we have any plans on trading him. Yeah, do the full length of the contract. 6 years, that's doable. He's still under 30 years old. We're not going to be paying him until he's 38. So you know what? If he wants to go with this, we'll continue on. All right, let's see. Come on, moment of truth. You going to sign for this, Brock Besser? Yeah, the problem is we're going to have to probably trade Garland or Susie at the draft too to free up some space. Just to sign another second line center. But there you go. Brock Besser. He is coming aboard, baby. The flow. Mr. Charming is going to stay in Vancouver for another 6 years. Alright, so as we head into the deadline here, Cam York. We try and trade for him. They have an offer for Connor Geeky and Duke. For Bluder. Ooh, Bluder, no. He's great on the penalty kill. Great third, fourth line center. But these trades for Cam York are not going through. So, Romanov, he is Suter. Alright, they have 50 contracts, so we can't really offer any rookies. Any sweeteners we can add on here? How about, we'd like to do a third round pick, but we only have one until 2027. So let's see what they do. And there you have it. Romanov is the man we're going with. Lettermacki has to come up. Bluder, another trade. If we were sellers, this would be a great market for Teddy Bluder. My goodness. Looking at the lineup after the deadline, Lettermacki with injuries. He's going to play some first line minutes with JT Miller, Garland, DeBrusk, Pedersen, Hoglander, Joshua Bluder, Sprawn, Heinen, Carlson, and Sammy Blay on the fourth line. I think that will hold us over until everyone returns from injuries. Looking pretty solid with this lineup, not going to lie. Now defensively, Hughes and Myers, Romanov and Susie, Forbert and Desharnais will be there until Hronek is back from his injury. And she's already been hurt a couple times this year. Hopefully he can stay for the playoffs. Alright. How are we feeling, Canucks fans? I feel like that's a pretty solid addition. Obviously would like to add more, but with the cap space, only you can do so much. But these new additions, I'm definitely excited about. Lettermacki, another Swedish stud, and Alexander Romanov, a puck-moving defenseman, not afraid to throw the body either. The top four guy. But people are returning from injuries. Halfway through March here, we try and send down Juleson. It's not going to let us do it. It's doing this freaking stupid thing. Alright, your muster being... Why is it doing this? Come on, our roster is compliant. We sent down Juleson. We gotta send down one more? You kidding me? Alright. Why is this not... Oh man, oh man. Come on, EA Sports. I don't want to send down someone. I don't want autofix. Yeah, and it's going to be Lettermacki. Son of a gun. Alright, well, we'll let him grow a little bit more down in the AHL. Next year, he'll be in the lineup. Start things off. Let's sim ahead here. 43, 12, and 10. Ooh, Sherwood, another injury. Man, he's just bumping and grinding out there. Alright, so after that injury, Heinen playing some fourth line center minutes. Brock Besser, back from injury again. Alright, Stoughton's almost finished up there. So we didn't trade a first round pick. So I'm expecting us to pick anywhere from 25 to 32. So see what we can do here. would like to add on a couple more prospects that are at least B plus or more to this pool. Electromachy is going to graduate. If he graduates, then our prospect pool is pretty much diminished. Alright. So with injuries, everyone coming back, this is how we're going to get things lined up here. Right now, Carlson, you can go down to the 4th line. Joshua up to the 3rd. Carlson can center the 4th line. Alright. That's how we're probably going to be looking into the playoffs right now, unless there's more injuries. Come on, let's stay healthy, people. Alright, come on. We got 50 wins already. Oh, and Brock Besser injured again. Oh man, this guy. Wherever there's an ambulance, he's sure to be there. But speaking of picks here that we have an option of, Liam O'Brien could be solid. Alexander Kuznetsov. Dmitry Sabrikin. Alright. And Roger McQueen, he's definitely kind of our #1 option, I want to say. He's having a solid year in juniors. 2nd round pick if we can trade up to an early 2nd round pick. I would love to try and get one of these goalies, Dag or Ravensbergen. Or even a solid defensive prospect would help too. But it all depends on what we can get with Garland or Susie. Because we are going to have to try and shed some cap, especially with re-signing Besser. Don't think we're going to be able to re-sign everyone. Daniel Sprawn, I feel like Electromachy's going to take his spot, and he's going to be way, way cheaper. Alright, so let's see if we can get any studs in the later rounds. Wouldn't be too out of this world to find another Datsuk with Zetterberg. Alright, there's a Swedish stud there. Would be like the CANUCKS to take another Swedish star. Cameron Doinoy. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. That is just, whoa. Saw Johnson. What a name. That's a hockey name right there. Saw Johnson. Tato Sullivan. Okay, I'm fine with that. Justin Carbonneau. I feel like he's going to be a solid option for us on the 3rd round pick. I feel like if we do need to move up in the 3rd round, we will, just to go after him. Matthew Schaefer, he's another option as a late round 1st round pick. Another Quinn Hughes-esque player on the defense wouldn't be bad. Norm Grossman, late round pick. Alright. I definitely want to see who we can find in the 4th, 5th rounds here. That could be someone like a 4th liner, 3rd liner guy with some skill. Size would definitely be a huge bonus for us. Helps in the playoffs, especially with some younger, smaller guys. Like someone to protect Quinn Hughes. Murray Jaspers. Alright, some solid options here in this draft. 7th round. See if we can find some studs from Sweden. So you know the CANUCKS, they love their Swedish meatballs. Alright. Colin Rasmussen. That's him here. How we feeling? Sherwood. He's back. Alright. Carlson. He's out until April 29th. Looks like a bruised ribs. He can play through that. That's just ridiculous. You're a hockey player. Be a hockey player. Alright. Need to get Herb Brooks on their butt. Come on. Vegas Golden Knights looks like they're going to miss the playoffs. Sorry, Vegas fans, but it's got to happen at least once. My goodness. With that roster, they missed the playoffs. It reminds us of the Salt Lake Eagles franchise. When you think you're a cup contender and they can't even make the playoffs, they just choke it away. Alright, don't think we're choking anything away here, as we are just cruising in this division title. Oh, it doesn't look like we're going to win the President's Trophy. Colorado's killed it, 127 points. My goodness. So can we beat Colorado? If we have to face them in the Western Conference Final, that's going to be a huge test. They're stacked. This is the goaltender's only weakness. Quinn Hughes has a huge year. Just crushes Henrik Sedin's assist record. 108 points. I don't think he's going to get any more than that. With the C on his chest, leading by example. Miller, 86 points. Pedersen, 75. Besser, almost a point per game player, even with his injuries. Garland, not too bad. Hoglander could get a little more goals. Romanov, 25 points. Respectable for a defenseman. Desharnais, Susie, kind of with 12 points there. Yeah, I know Susie's more of a shutdown guy, but would expect more with $3 million. Demko, 70 games. My goodness. Hopefully he's fresh enough for the playoffs. Silovs, I would like to give him 25 games. It looks like he was just not there, stats-wise anyways, to make that many starts. And for a second straight year, we have won the Pacific Division. 14 points above the Oilers. Kings make the playoffs. Calgary's out. Anaheim, Vegas, Seattle, and San Jose. Oh man, this division's just going to be stacked in 3 years. All the young studs coming up, my goodness. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be facing Nashville or Chicago. Both finished with 86 points. Bedard is going to get some playoff action in year number 2. If they got to face Colorado or us in round 1, ooh, that's going to be rough. Rough. But can Bedard carry the team on his back? That'd be interesting to see how they simulate that. And there you have it. For a second straight year, we are facing Nashville in round 1. Oh, Nashville's coach Andrew Burnett had some choice words when Nashville got eliminated last year. They're looking for some revenge. They have Stamkos, Marchessault, but they still finish in a wild card spot. But anything can happen in the playoffs. But we're excited for this run, people. And until next episode, we will see you then. Signing off. Bye, everybody.